Oh yeah, that does look good. Good enough. Okay, so this is something that weirdly happened. I'm upstairs and I'm realizing that, well, I'm gonna experiment with some tools, and I decided to go on ahead and do some really interesting things, like draw a skull. I mean, it literally started with, give me 1 second here. It started with this guy right here. Originally, I was drawing what looked like a frog man, and his mouth was just kind of open or whatever. Give me 1 second here. Looks like I got this palette locked. I'm gonna unlock it real quick. There we go. Yeah, started out as this little skull guy here. Kind of like a skull, but not exactly. And then I started to enlarge it a little bit, kind of make him frog-like. And I was like, I like that. But then I started tweaking it just a little bit more. And as I tweaked it, I'm gonna lock this back again. Give me 1 second here. Just lock that. As I tweaked it, I ended up, give me 1 second. I can show you what I did. Go here, swing over, go to video, time lapse, and full length. And let's save it to video. So, in essence, this is what I did. Now, this is the original guy that I started working with here. This is cool. There's nothing wrong with it, but I was like, I can see a good face, and I was thinking this could be a frog guy or something like that. I just kept on going with it. Now, somewhere around here, I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit here. But somewhere around here, I started thinking to myself, you know what? This is starting to look like that guy from Thanos. Starting to look like Thanos. So I was like, that's not a good idea. But I kept going. You gotta excuse me. I got a lot of particulates all around. It's kind of looking messy over here. There we go. And I kept on going. And the cool thing is, I put eyes in there. I still wanted the big, huge frog-like eyes. I put like a little recessed ear. And I kept going. And then, I'm gonna have to zoom it out a little bit here. Then I did something a little on the odd side. Normally, I don't use the mirror tool. But this time what I did was I duplicated it. I was like, I like what I see right here. So when we go to Procreate, you'll see that one character that's looking to one side. This is him. This is pretty much that guy. But I ended up mirror imaging this guy here. Once I did the mirror image, I was like, ooh, wait a minute. I see something here. I like where we're going with this here. And I started independently modifying each one. So they are alike. They're getting the same treatment, but because I'm tweaking each one at a time, it's not exactly symmetrical. And as you see here, at some point, I actually bridged those two skulls together. I merged them together. But I'm still keeping this big acorn shape in the middle. Now here I'm starting to play around with different colors and backgrounds. It didn't work out well. I ended up going right back to where I was. And then right about here, somewhere around here, I'm doing a little refinement here and there. And I realized I should go downstairs and record some of this here, as opposed to me simply working on something and then showing up with some artwork. So, like I said, I was working on something. And this is the original guy before I flipped him. And what I'm going to do now is hide that guy. Now, one small thing. At one point, these two were on separate layers. I have actually merged those layers. I used, 1 second here. There's another feature that's over here. It's called combine layers or merge down. I ended up using that to basically merge those 2 layers together. So it was just a simple process of doing that. So now what I'm going to do is get back into tweaking this here, because I just want to experiment with their faces for now. I was on the left-hand side. I'm going to continue to just basically tweak the left-hand side. Now close up, it doesn't look that royally exciting. Now, because I actually draw on paper, I still treat the palette as though it is paper. So I'm pretty much etching. It's almost like I'm etching or scratching the surface all the time when I'm drawing. And I know in this digital world, it's not the best thing to do. You should use the shortcuts. You know, work harder, not smarter. But the thing is, I haven't learned to work smarter just yet. Now, the reason for merging these 2 together was pretty simple. Having them on 2 different layers meant I had to go back and forth, and it was just becoming annoying. And at this point, these 2 guys are gonna be similar, but not truly asymmetrical. Now, well, hang on, let me repeat that. They're gonna be symmetrical-ish. It won't be completely beautifully symmetrical. They're going to be very similar, so it'll be slightly asymmetrical. And I got the mic over here. The mic is basically here so that you can hear the paper, me scratching on the paper. And my other stuff, you definitely get a chance to hear me scratching here and there. But on this one here, you don't. It's glass. Oops. It's glass, and you don't get a chance to really hear as much. Especially since I do have a shield on mine, or a skin. I like to call them skins. I don't like to call them shields that much, but to me, they're like skins. Now, the DPI on this here is actually ridiculously low. It's my fault. I haven't changed the parameters or anything, and I should. It should be at 300 DPI, but it's really something stupid, and it's totally my fault. It's this guy's fault here. Give me 1 second. Let me see what it is. Canvas information, like 132. Yeah, and I can't just change it. It's totally my issue right there. So far, I've been working on this here off and on for about 2 hours, and I've put down 357 strokes on this here. I don't know whether the strokes count as erasers. I don't know if erasers count as strokes. I do not know the answer to that. So, but here, I just want to tweak it and make it look a little bit better. Because eventually we will, or I will, turn around and just make the entire thing more beautiful. A different layer, like a working layer that I want to work the magic on. This right here is just literally trying to get some kind of measurable appearance that I want. Yes, I'm absolutely digging what is going on here. Now, a lot of what I'm doing is I'm getting rid of some straight lines, because you can see my circular swipes going around and around trying to make that skull. Yeah, trying to make that skull. But unfortunately, that doesn't translate well when you're trying to make something look pretty, you know? It doesn't transfer well when you're trying to throw down vertical lines and you got these crazy horizontal lines in the way. It should be a quiet night. It's still February. It's fairly late, like 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The great part about that is there shouldn't be a lot of traffic on the road. Not right now. So hopefully I won't get any road noise. And here I want a little bit of that sinewy, meaty, muscular look, which is why I keep trying to concentrate over here. I'm just gonna make this a little bit bigger. I'm just gonna zap this entire area. I'm just gonna zap it. Goodbye. There we go. Bring that down just a little bit more. See, I'm a freehand artist. And because of that, I am more comfortable just winging it as opposed to using more refined, fancy tools to do things. Switch over to the pencil real quick, do a quick test. That's way too thick. Do another quick test. That's not too bad. And I'm gonna boom, boom, and those two are gone. I'm just gonna come in here and just try to make some straight lines. See, that's the reason I got the mic over here, because I still want you to hear. Still want you to hear that clanky ting 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 sound. It's like ammo hitting the ground, you know? If you play video games, you know the sound I'm talking about. Or if you're one of those guys that actually love the range, go to the range sometimes and shoot, you know, those guys. There we go. I'm just gonna come in here and I'm gonna erase a little bit here. Let's get a little close. He still looks a little gummy. That's okay. That's okay. And originally, it actually looked like he had a tongue originally. I don't know if you noticed it. Did you see that? I'm talking to you up there. Yeah, take a look at this here. The original character. Look at that. It looks like, I'm gonna pull it out real quick. And I'm gonna bring it back in. It looked like he originally had a tongue here. It's just odd. I noticed that later as I was looking through it. So, now this is the look we're looking for here. We want the symmetrical, but at the same time, asymmetrical look to it. We want it to be not a yin-yang, but we want it to look like they're twins, not a clone. When you look at twins, you can always see there's a little something different with one twin. Either they're a little taller, or they're a little skinnier, or they may have the freckles in the wrong place, but it's always something off with twins. Often a good way, like they're not completely symmetrical. Even when they're identical twins, it's always a little something to say, hey, I'm slightly different from you, sister or brother. We're not the same. We're not the same. We're not Soylent Green. Is it Soylent? Soylent Green. We're not Soylent Green. We're our own individual. So I'm gonna just tweak this here. I don't want to be here too long tweaking this here, but I just want to really show you guys what one of the things that I was just playing around with while watching television. I mean, I was watching TV with the wife, you know, as much as I can watch those horrible shows that she has me watch. Her shows are horrible. I think my shows that I watch are better, more informative. I care about different things. But she had me watching some horrible stuff, and, you know, I'm going to entertain this. This is my wife, so I'm going to entertain this here and watch it with her. Just switching over here a little bit here. There we go. Now, why am I just using orange? Some people use a base color of orange. Some people just go for the black. Some people go for just whatever color they want. I'm a lazy person sometimes, and I really just didn't change the color. I just flowed with it. Because I knew it was going to be the undercolor anyway. So I was like, who cares? So this is a little bit cleaner here. A little bit cleaner. But I still want, I'm not going to mess with this acorn shape here just yet. I am going to do something with that. You know what? Let's play a little bit here. I'm not going to play a lot, just a little bit. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this here. And I'm going to rename this real quick because this is my main layer here. So I'm going to just rename this one here. Main layer. Now, this is something I learned from Photoshop. When you're working with Photoshop, using labels is the best darn thing they ever put in Photoshop. The absolute best thing ever. I'm going to call this here base. Now this is a habit because when I'm working on something and I know it better be good and all the other stuff, I'll call it the base. So, and this one right here, this is going to be our crash test dummy. Just a thing that I have, for some reason in Procreate, I do that a lot. I like to call things crash test dummy because, well, that's what they are temporarily because I'm just playing around with stuff. I had a couple of ideas. One idea is, oh, hang on. So what I've done is I have made the main layer invisible. I've also made the base layer invisible. So I'm basically working on the crash test dummy right now. So this is crash test dummy here. And if I want to, just right on here real quick. There we go, crash test dummy. There we go, just write crash test dummy across this one here. So we can mess around with this here just a little bit and tweak it just a little bit. And I'm gonna just go in here and I'm gonna mess around with green eyes. There you go, just green eyes. Now, one thing that always trips me out, is there's so many choices. This was so off-putting when I originally started drawing with digital apps. There's so many different options out there. It's just mind-boggling. A habit of mine, another habit, and this is actually a good habit for me, because this has helped me just really advance with being able to at least draw older stuff that I've done in paper and bring it into the digital world by redrawing it into the digital world. One thing that I've done is I've started making a layer for color. And I'm going to explain it in a second. So I got some color in there. I just changed the pencil to marker. And I'm just going to do a little crash test over here. That's not too bad. But the opacity is not what I want. So I'm going to bring it up a little bit more. Up, I like that. I like that a lot. So what I'm going to do is come in here and I'm just going to color that eye. Ain't got to be perfect. It's a little big, but you know what? Bring it back a little bit. Oh, that's a lot of it. There we go. Now you say to yourself, oh my God, Carlton, that looks sloppy. And I'm saying to myself, yeah, it is sloppy. But that's the way I want it. I want it just like that. There we go. Now, remember I said these were twins, right? I'm gonna come over here, and what I'm gonna do is there we go, change that eye color just a little bit. I'm gonna give them slightly different color green eyes. I've never done this here with orange as the base, but it should still work out. we go. Now, why do we care about marking this as color and having a color layer? Well, it's pretty simple, people. You can get that darn boy, you can move him down. Once he's under this layer here, it looks a little bit better. That's one way of doing it. Another one is sometimes I come over here and I use multiply. Where is it? Where's multiply? They put it at the top for some reason. That's weird. That doesn't look as good as I wanted it to. Oh, look at that. That looks good right there. What layer? LB, which is light burn? Yeah, light burn. So we're using light burn right now to put that color in there. And that actually looks good. I like that. I like that a lot. But one has slightly darker eyes than the other. So we're gonna stay on this layer here. Like I said, we're just messing around with this area. We're not doing anything super serious. And I should have a skin color in here. I think that's the skin color right there. And what I'm gonna do is just, I'm not gonna use the marker this time. I'm gonna use something else. Painting, Eco Roll. That looks okay. I'm just gonna bring it in here. There we go. I don't like the way it's rolling. Don't like the way it's rolling. Just filling it in now. I'm okay with that. Now, if you notice with my thumb, notice that thumb movement over there. You gotta look at me like a guy in a casino, okay? Notice that thumb is over there tweaking this stuff sometimes. Not a lot, just a little bit. Something else I learned in Photoshop. Now, in this particular case, we're not doing like skin patches or anything like that. Like trying to heal a broken photo. Here we're just trying to make sure that we don't go too far out of line. Like I did in the center here, that's way too close. Basically just covered the whole freaking thing up. I shouldn't have done that. But that is the beauty of using multiple layers. I'm not destroying what I'm working on right now. I'm only destroying this one layer. Ooh, came out way too much on that one. Sometimes it's about time. It's like you don't want to spend too much time trying to clear up what you've messed up, you know? You want to spend as much time as you want doing the actual drawing, not fixing the drawing. Okay. So one of my ideas was to just have either shoulders coming off. Just gonna throw another quick layer. Oh, this is a crash test dummy anyway. Let me delete that. One thing I was thinking of doing was having, what do you call it? Like one body. There we go. There we go. Like having one shoulder, like right here. Like a two-headed dude or something like that. I was like, that's not gonna really work out. Yeah, that sucks. Another thing I was thinking of doing was possibly putting a big circle around it. There we go. So I'm just gonna draw a very large circle around this bad boy here. And first thing we're gonna do is change. Where is it? Inking? Yeah. And don't know how the brushes keep going down there. Kind of annoying me a little bit. That's thick enough. I'll make that black. And come over here. And we're just gonna put a nice big behind this circle over here. So I was thinking of doing something like that. Almost making it like a coin. I forget it's on the same layer. Ah! There we go. Made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes, people. Everyone makes mistakes. And how bad is it? Oh, it turned into an oval. Ooh. This might be better. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, I'm thinking that. There we go. There we go. Tap that, bring it over. So why did I do what I just did? One thing I did do was just try to guesstimate how it would look. Even though it was like this, it was more like this here. In my head, I'm visualizing it moved over to make it like one of those old-fashioned medallions that or pendants women used to have made of ivory on their neck in the Victorian age. Okay. I like what I see thus far. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna go over here and don't know how this is gonna look, but let's drop it, see what happens. Okay, that did not work out at all. Wait, it's not over yet. That looks even weirder. And give me 1 second here. Yep. This is becoming a very bad idea. I screwed that one up. Part of the problem is I started with the freaking wrong thing. I kept that freaking orange on there. So, you know what? Screw it. Oh, that does look creepy. Like I said, this is a crash test dummy. I can do anything I want with a crash test dummy. Because at the end of the day, we're back at this. And now I just need to figure out exactly how much more I'm gonna tweak this here before I call it, oops, I locked that layer. How much more I'm gonna tweak this here before I call it a night. But I definitely will be coming back to this drawing here. Definitely making some serious adjustments to it. Ooh, too thick, too thick, too thick. There we go. Like I said, I know there's easier ways to do this here, but this is just me still using the same drawing style as though this was paper. I know it's not paper. I'm still using that same style, which means I'm drawing at a much slower rate than I probably should be. There we go. Now, what's the importance of doing this here independently as opposed to doing it mirror image? I've said it in the very beginning. Say it one more time. My video, I can say whatever I want. It's to give them similar looks, but not exactly the same look. I still want it to be slightly asymmetrical. Slightly asymmetrical. That's way too off. I like that. I like that as it is right there. reason we have to be a little on the careful side is this is a low DPI drawing, so I can't invest as much time as I want to in this here. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop right here. Oops. Never should be perfect. Never should be perfect, man. If you look at some nice people, it's not exactly perfect. They're beautiful, yes, but they're never perfect. I'm gonna put a stop to this drawing right here, at least for the time being. What's today's date?
It's Wednesday, February 26th.
Take my photo. Oh, you know what? I probably didn't tell it to set up my camera thing on here. Thought it was set up though. Oh well. Let's get my signature in here. It's good enough for me. And that is the end of this video here. I will also make, where is it? Video. Gonna go ahead and do the time lapse of this here, full length, and add it at the end of this video. Save.